Welcome to SENS Talk. My name is Brandon, and I am your host. Before we get started, please follow me on Twitter at @SensTalk_. I tweet plenty of Sanders information there. I as well tweet about plenty of other things. I'm a big sports guy. Speaking of sports, I tweeted about this. I'll tell you about this. The Blue Jays lost 8-2 today. They got swept 2-0 by the Tampa Bay Rays in the wild card series of the MLB postseason. The Rays move on to the ALDS. The Blue Jays season is done. As a Blue Jays fan, I got one message to the Jays and their fans. Keep your heads held high. The potential on this team is immense, and the future is looking incredibly bright. Every single contender, every single team that wins championships has to go through a season with turmoil, has to go through a season with crushing losses, and has to go through a season where heartbreak occurs, because that heartbreak is gonna drive you to want to win more. So this is the first step to building this contender, to building a consistent playoff team, and this experience will be great for these kids. They look devastated on the bench or on the dugout, obviously. They obviously wanted to win. They didn't want to lose this way, but I'm really excited for the future of the Blue Jays. Bo Bichette, Biggio, Vladdy, Teoscar, Lord Gurriel Jr. You got Nate Pearson. Great future. I can't wait for spring training next year, and I can't wait to see what these kids can do during 162 games. It's going to be fun. But now let's get to some hockey. Yesterday, in our first installment of the prospect previews for the 2020 NHL Draft, we spoke about Ottawa 67 center Marco Rossi, who is likely going to go in the top 5, top 8 in that area. Let's talk about a guy that's really snuck up the boards on a lot of draft rankings. Last season, this kid did not do too well, and then this year, he lit it up. So let's talk about him. Jack Quinn, at 6 foot tall, 176 pounds. The kid has good size for the National Hockey League. He's right-handed, and he's the Ottawa 67's top right-wing player. Now, in 2020, Jack Quinn had a huge breakout season because in the previous season, in 2019, he only scored 32 points and had a +5 in 61 games. Let me reiterate that. In 2019, Jack Quinn, 32 points at +5. In 2020, he had more goals than he had points the previous season. In 2020, he had 52 goals, 89 points, and a +48 in 62 games during the 2020 campaign with the Ottawa 67s of the OHL. It's pretty clear that this was his breakout season, and it couldn't have come at a better time during his draft year. Now, Jack Quinn, early in the 67 season, went from being a sleeper for late first-round draft pick to potentially in the top 10. He's had an incredible year, and it wasn't a fluke. This kid has immense skill, and the shot that shot is too good, it's too elite to just be a fluke year. That's an electric shot. So another product of the Ottawa 67s, Jack Quinn was one of just 2 players across the entire Canadian Hockey League to score 50 goals in 2020. He had 52. His 89 points were tied for 8th most in the OHL, but with Quinn, you get a guy who finds new ways to put the puck in the net. We're going to get to that in just a second, because Jack Quinn, if you think of sniper, you're going to probably think, oh, the guy is always, looking for one-timers. The guy is always, waiting for the puck. He's getting into the dirty areas. He's getting in front of the net. We're going to get to that in a second. I got a graphic to show you. But firstly, here's a little bit of a scouting report. The dynamic skater can fly with a puck on his stick. He has a lethal shot, and as you can see in the video here, a lethal shot with an exceptional release. He has a strong two-way game, which is important, especially for a first-round draft pick, especially in the top 10, top 15, wherever he will go. Depending if Ottawa trades down or they even take him 5th overall. A two-way game is really important, because if you have a guy like this, a sniper, that's great, but he's more of a power play specialist then. If the guy can play defensively and offensively, now you got a top 6 guy for sure who can put pucks in the net and also stop pucks from going into your own net, so that's great. He plays in all situations, so adding on to what I just said, he can play on the penalty kill, he plays a little bit of aggressive hockey, and I think with the frame that he has, and he has good skating, not great. It's always important to improve your skating. But I think he's already at a level where he's going to have to develop his skating a little more, but he's at a level where he can keep up for sure with the big guys. So defensively, he'll be okay. If you look at his highlight reel goal scoring ability, just look at his highlights. Most of those goals are highlight reel. Just the snipes are unreal. And on top of the snipes, no one really speaks about the actual skill that Jack Quinn has. This kid, I've been, like with Marco Rossi, I've had the opportunity to watch him with my own eyes, and Jack Quinn is one of those players where nothing's really going on in the game. He steps on the ice, all of a sudden, quick move, quick burst of speed, snipe off the bar and in. He's that type of kid, all right? So, he can come out of nowhere with a good burst of speed. Not, like I said, not, like Nathan McKinnon type skating, but he is a pretty good skater. And he can beat you with a nice move or two and then get you with a quick shot. So he's one of those players, and that's always a great asset to have. Most of his goals occurred close to the net, so I'm going to put that graphic up right now. I found this on SENS Twitter. I forget from who, but whoever it is, shout out to you. As you can see, lots of goals right in front of the net, right near the net. And, for Ottawa, with a player like Brady Tkachuk, either Tim Stützle or Quinton Byfield, that first line, I assume Jack Quinn would be on that first line eventually, or second line. That's the type of game the Ottawa Senators play. They play a very aggressive style of play, a very hard-working style of play, and a lot of those goals get in the dirty areas. And Jack Quinn, with the Ottawa 67s, as you can see, he scores those dirty goals, and I think that is why Ottawa is so interested in this kid, because he scores goals in the areas where Ottawa right now scores. He fits into the system perfectly, just like Marco Rossi sort of, but Jack Quinn legitimately scores gols like the Ottawa Senators are being told to score. Get in the dirty areas, get in front of the net, get pucks on net. That's what Jack Quinn does. So why should the Sens draft him? Besides everything I just said, well, it fits a positional need, especially with Bobby Ryan being bought out. The Senators need right winger depth as well. They need lethal scoring talent on their team. They have a lot of great prospects, Drake Batherson, Alex Fermenton, you can go down the list, but what player has a shot sort of like Mike Hoffman, for example? I hope he's better than Mike Hoffman, but especially with everything that happened with Hoffman in Ottawa. But when's the last time Ottawa really had a player that has an electric shot like this, like a insane, lethal, high skilled shot? I can't remember. It's been a little bit of time. Milan Michalek, Hoffman, obviously, but I think you get what I'm saying. It doesn't happen often for Ottawa. A lot of the players in Ottawa are more passing type players. This kid is not a passer. He's a shooter. He's also a local kid. He grew up watching the Ottawa Senators. He's a big Sens fan. He loves Alfie, and Ottawa loves their local kids. He also, and very important, those 52 goals, he wasn't playing on Marco Rossi's line the whole time. He wasn't. I believe, actually, he wasn't even on the same line as Marco Rossi for majority, or if not all, of the season. If that's not even more, if that doesn't make this more impressive, I don't know what will, because Marco Rossi, some people were saying that Marco Rossi is why Jack Quinn's scoring so many goals. Nah, Jack Quinn was creating those chances himself. Also, quick little note before we wrap things up here. Jack Quinn was in Chief Editor's Noah Ludin's grade 12 calculus class. Noah says he was always asking questions and trying to do the best he could, which can translate to his hockey career, which is a little bit of fun information there. Maybe we could get him on the podcast or the show sometime. But, Jack Quinn is an ideal draft pick for me for the Ottawa Senators. This is one of the kids I think Ottawa will select if Lucas Raymond's not taken, if he's taken, pardon me, 4th overall. I think with that 5th pick, I think they're either going to take a right winger in Raymond, or they're going to trade down to try to get Jack Quinn. Now, there are some rumors about Yaroslav Askarov and, Jake Sanderson. We'll see. But I just feel that Ottawa's going to draft 2 forwards. But like I said, in the comment section below, let me know what you think. Let me know who your ideal 3rd and 5th overall selections are. And I'll see you tomorrow. We're going to have another video, and then the next day, and then the next day, and then the next day. Lots of great content coming your way. So besides that, thank you for watching. Please follow us on Twitter @SensTalk_. I tweet there plenty, and if you like using Twitter, I'm the guy to follow. As well, like this video, share this video for cool stuff. Click the big red button down there and subscribe to us. As well, click that notification button so you can get notified whenever we upload a video. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Comment below what you think, and I'll see you in the next one. Jack Quinn, future Ottawa Senators sniper, we shall see. Go Sens go, and I'll see you tomorrow.